Your Country 1039 KGRT, that is Ernest and Morgan Wallen and Flower Shops. And it is just about that time.
Time now for the question of the day.
That's right, just about time for our question of the day. And our question of the day comes out of a story that I just read that says Sony Pictures is developing a new Karate Kid movie. Yes, the movie will follow a 17-year-old Beijing student as he moves to Brooklyn with his mother. The student Lee meets a local pizzeria owner before learning karate from the pizzeria owner. And, you know, I love Karate Kid as a movie. Watched it tons of times when I was a kid and really enjoyed it. In fact, I even enjoyed the sequels, especially Karate Kid 2. Great soundtrack, too, by the way, on that one. But, yeah. And you know what? I'll even go as far as this, that when they rebooted that a few years ago, with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son, I even kind of liked that one because there was a little bit of a twist on that one. But here we are going back to the well once again to go ahead and try and make some cash off of something that's been done already. You know what? If they took that premise right there and just did not call it Karate Kid, did not have anything to do with that, you know what? I would probably enjoy it a whole lot better. But because they keep going back and not really getting these new ideas, it really, really bugs me. You know, it's one of the things that I make fun of Hollywood for all the time, is they can't seem to come up with new ideas. You know, there are tons of books that can be developed right there. I'm sure that there's tons of creative people that have really good ideas to come up with some new stuff, and I just don't know why it's not happening. But they keep going back, and they're going to keep going back. I know they will. But my question for you is, should Hollywood get some new ideas, or are you okay with them doing the reboots and the remakes and going back and getting that little nostalgia kind of kick on there? So, yeah, that's basically our question of the day. Should Hollywood get some new ideas, or are you okay with the reboots and the remakes? Go ahead and let me know. Of course, you can give me a call on the Zia Comics hotline or send that text message to the Zia Comics text line. 575-523-KGRT is the number. That's 575-523-5478. Of course, we are up on our socials, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Leave your comments right there. But that is our question of the day. Do you think that Hollywood should get new ideas, or are you okay with the reboots and the remakes? Go ahead and let me know your answers to our question of the day. 1, 2, 3. Okay, got all that taken care of, and we are exclusively up on our social media pages right now, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. But that one really just comes out of, I think, my frustration for some of the new stories out in Hollywood. I am a movie person. I've always been a movie person, and it seems to me that there are always some great new movie ideas that have been coming out, but probably for the past, I don't know, 10, 15, maybe 20 years or so, they really seem to be leaning heavily on just going back to some of the previous ideas. And you know what? There are times when they will go back and they will kind of redo movies, but they'll change the name. They'll change the premise up a little bit. Like here, like I said, the idea of going back to this whole thing and calling it the Karate Kid is not my idea right here. If you kind of get that same premise, change it up a bit, call it something different, call it a new name, and then you kind of see what they have going on. I mean, there were tons of movies that were pretty much exactly the same in the 80s, but they all had different names because they wanted to be slightly different on there. But what do you think? Should Hollywood get new ideas, or are you pretty cool with some of the reboots and remakes that they've been doing these days? So go ahead and let me know your answer to our question of the day. You can call on our Zia Comics hotline or text line, 575-523-KGRT, or go ahead and leave a comment on our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. And go ahead and let me know your answer to our question of the day. Should Hollywood get some new ideas, or are you okay with reboots and remakes? Yeah, go ahead and let me know. In the meantime, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in the world today. Streamable says the NFL and Amazon are negotiating to broadcast a Black Friday game beginning in 2023. Yeah, the game would be an annual event, much like the NFL's Thanksgiving Day game, but it would be a Black Friday game. I am not entirely opposed to that at all. Also, I see Orange Theory Fitness trying to capitalize on the pumpkin spice lattes by offering a PSL class. The interesting thing about that is the class really has nothing to do with pumpkin spice latte, but rather just involves the following exercises: press, squats, and lunges. PSL. Yeah. To me, kind of seems like burpees with extra steps, but I'm just maybe that's just me. Also saw that a Bud Light truck overturned yesterday on I-71 in Louisville, Kentucky. Thousands of cans of Bud Light spilled onto the roadway and the median. No one was injured. Traffic was backed up for a while as crews removed the cans, and apparently they have found that some ants were no longer able to walk in a straight line. Go figure on that one. Samsung is about to launch its most expensive phone, the Galaxy Z Fold 4. Get this, costs $2,467. The phone flips open like a mini laptop and offers a dual screen display. And, I am a phone person. I do like technology. I really like phones, but, I'm a budget phone person. I don't like to pay a lot for the phones because they all do the same things. They just maybe do it slightly differently or maybe slightly slower, but still. That $2,467, that's almost as much as I paid for my last used car, and that's just because I like old cars, okay? Front Office Sports says the jersey, a jersey that Michael Jordan wore in Game 1 of the 1998 NBA Finals is going to be auctioned off. They're expecting that thing to sell for $5 million. That is crazy money. Also, it seems that Neverlabs has created a robot that can assemble Ikea furniture and chairs. Yeah, scientists are also teaching the robot on how to play ping pong, and apparently they're having, an easier job with the ping pong teaching than assembling Ikea furniture. No, that's pretty amazing that a robot could actually get that done. But what does it do with the extra parts? Because there's always extra parts with Ikea furniture, right? Yeah. Hey, of course, we are looking for your answers to our question of the day, and it looks like Steve says Remake Excalibur. You know what? I'm not entirely opposed to that, Steve. Excalibur is one of my favorite movies of all time, but I'm always up for a new, King Arthur movie so that they can make it properly and make it well. And if they can do as good as Excalibur, I'm down for that. But it's not going to be like Excalibur remade or rebooted or something else like that. It's just going to be an Arthurian legend movie. I am down for that one, absolutely. But, that's taking something from literature and kind of adapting it again, maybe in their own way. But it's got to be really, really good stuff. But, Steve, I'm not entirely opposed to that one. But I do want some new ideas. So go ahead and let me know your answers to our question of the day. And that is very simply, should Hollywood try and get some new ideas, or are you okay with reboots and remakes? And I think as Steve just made me think about this, I am okay with some, not okay with others, and it really depends on the movie. Another Karate Kid reboot, not down with that. No, not at all. Excalibur, another King Arthur movie that is done very well like that, I would not be opposed to that at all. But let me know what you think. Yeah, go ahead and answer our question of the day. As always, you can go ahead and call on the Zia Comics hotline, send a text on the Zia Comics text line, or just go ahead and comment right here on our social media pages, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Go ahead and get that answer for our question of the day. Should Hollywood get new ideas, or are you okay with reboots and remakes?